What is Labubu and why are millions of people all over the world obsessed with these little creatures? I'm Sammy Cohen, and this is Social Currency, a podcast that unpacks the stories that are shaping business, culture, and the intersection of the two. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Social Currency. I'm your host, Sammy Cohen, and today's episode is about something a little unexpected. It's cute, it's fuzzy, it has a monster face, and right now, people are camping outside at 4 a.m., crashing websites, and paying over $1,000 at times to just get their hands on one. I'm talking about Labubu. If Labubu isn't already on your radar, you'll probably start seeing them all over the place just because you've listened to this podcast and you now have a name for what these are. Labubu isn't just a toy, it's a symbol of something bigger. It's fashion, it's culture, it's capitalism. It's everything we talk about on the show. And today I want to explain what the Labubu craze is all about, the company that's behind them, and why it's turning grown adults into collectors. So we're going to break it down for you. Let's start with the basics. Labubu is a designer toy, but calling her a toy doesn't quite do her justice. Labubu is a character from a larger universe called the Monsters, and this is created by artist Kasing Lung. He's a Hong Kong-born, Netherlands-raised illustrator who originally introduced these characters in a series of picture books inspired by Nordic mythology. In 2019, Pop Mart, basically the Supreme of collectible toys, partnered with Lung to turn Labubu into a vinyl figure. And that's when the obsession really began. Pop Mart has more than 530 stores worldwide, and they originally started in China. Their non-mainland revenue grew by 375% to 5 billion yen, which is about $700 million US in 2024, and they brought in $1.8 billion in total revenue, according to the company's 2024 annual reporting. In doing the research for this little deep dive, I spoke with someone who runs a Westfield mall in the US, and she said that Pop Mart pays a percentage of their sales over a threshold amount, which is quite common in retail, and they are paying $40,000 to $60,000 a month on top of their regular rent because the sales are so high. Anyway, I want to get into the look and feel of Labubu so you have an idea of what we're talking about. Labubu has this signature look. There are big eyes, elf-like ears, fluffy textures, and this mischievous little grin that has exactly 9 teeth, not more, not less. Fans are very specific about that. She looks like she could be the child of a Cabbage Patch Kid and a Tim Burton character if they dressed in tiny outfits and had permanent grins on their faces. So how did Labubu go from niche vinyl figure to a viral fashion accessory? In one word, it's scarcity. Pop Mart engineered demand to perfection. Labubus are released in limited edition drops. They're sold in what is called a blind box format. So when you buy one, you don't actually know which version you're getting until you open it. It's a total lottery. And this is a huge part of why people love them. Some people fly around the world to a bunch of different Pop Mart stores just to try and get their hands on different Labubus. Some editions are ultra rare, and others are common. But the thrill of the mystery has created an almost stock market-like hype cycle around them. Resellers are flipping $30 dolls for $300, $800, even $1,500. And I'm not kidding about this. There are videos online of people lining up overnight, websites crashing, grown adults crying over sold out inventory. And at a Pop Mart drop in LA, one woman said it felt like the Hunger Games. And all of this is very reminiscent of the Beanie Babies era, except this time, it is fueled by Lisa from Blackpink with support from TikTok and Reddit. Lisa from Blackpink, who also happened to star in last season's White Lotus as Mook, is a huge fan of them and has posted about her Labubus to her over 100 million Instagram followers. She's openly a massive fan of them. She even told Vanity Fair, quote, "I spent all my money at Pop Mart." So she's definitely been fueling this global obsession. And the fandom is growing in a major way because of Lisa. And of course, I have to mention TikTok's role in all of the Labubu craze as well. The blind box format where people don't exactly know what they're opening lends itself really well to unboxing videos. Creators and viewers share in the feeling of rooting for a certain item and reacting to what they find. Unlike other social media shopping haul videos, the creator doesn't know what they're getting, and this actually makes the unboxing a kind of game or gamble as much as it is showing the viewers the product. Pop Mart knows exactly what they're doing here. They've even done collaborations with Harrods in London, and the dolls are now seen as a bit of a status symbol. A Labubu on your bag says, "I'm in the know." It's a case of retail FOMO at its finest, and it's working. And here's the kicker. These dolls aren't really designed for kids. Labubu lives in a totally adult world. And because the dolls are cute but not traditionally pretty, they've become a bit of a fashion statement. They're being clipped onto Birkins and Louis bags like punk rock charms. There's something subversive about that, right? Adults are treating their Labubus like jewelry, like collectibles, like little mascots for their emotional lives. On TikTok, people love to unbox them, then dress them up in custom outfits, and then film elaborate roleplay skits. And honestly, to me, it kind of makes sense. We're living in a time when adulthood feels very heavy. There's a ton of global economic uncertainty. AI is taking over at a faster clip than most people know how to even comprehend. And Labubu isn't just cute, she's actually comfort. She's nostalgia with a dash of chaos, and people are leaning all the way in. So let's step back for a second and ask, why is this all happening? Why are grown adults lining up at 4 a.m. for a fuzzy little doll? Because Labubu represents something deeper. She's a reaction to a world that feels increasingly out of control. Labubu is part nostalgia, part status symbol, part soft rebellion. Psychologists and pop culture theorists have long said that we often turn to childhood objects when adult life becomes overwhelming. Just like how adult coloring books, Lego sets, and comic book reboots have completely boomed and they're having a major comeback moment. Labubu is our 25 version of that. What do we do with all of this? Is Labubu a flash in the pan trend or a meaningful symbol of where culture is headed? Honestly, I think it's both. Labubu isn't just about cuteness, it's about community, scarcity, self-expression, and emotional coping. I have a feeling that we are going to see way more of these fandoms in the future. Until next time, remember, social currency isn't just about what you know. It's also about what you notice. And sometimes what you notice is a fluffy little monster with 9 teeth and a cult following. If you own one, I want to see it. So tag me at Sammy Cohen Talks on Instagram or TikTok and show me your entire Labubu collection or your wish list. Stay curious, stay cheeky, and I will catch you in the next episode of Social Currency. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Social Currency. I've been wanting to launch this show for so long. I can't tell you how excited I am to do this and how thrilled I am that you're actually here listening. It means the world to me. If you liked what you heard today, please rate and review the podcast because it massively helps to support the work I do to bring the show to life. And if you want to keep up with the hottest business lore in real time, follow me on Instagram at Sammy Cohen Talks and subscribe to my newsletter, Social Currency, which is linked in the show notes. Social Currency is a production of Social Currency Media and Money News Network. The podcast is hosted and executive produced by me, Sammy Cohen. Social Currency is produced by the Money News Network team. See you next time.